Good morning. It is a beautiful day outside. It's a little chillier than I expected this time of year, mid-May. And I am gonna do Valley Crown Trail, Greenbelt, here from Zilker Park down towards my house. It'll be about 10.5 miles. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, and we've been getting some rain, so hopefully there's not too much water in the creek. I brought my chacos just in case I gotta pull the shoes and socks off. And we'll see how this goes. And soloing it this morning, I had some people that were maybes, didn't work out, and that's fine. Got my wife to drop me off, and hopefully making it to my truck without calling for a rescue. So we'll see how it goes. In addition to all the trailheads, there are numerous side quests on this trail. This is one of the more official ones to bypass the low water crossing and do some other things. There's popular rock climbing spots, things like that. And there's just unmarked, side quests, mountain bike trails, hiking trails, go do illicit things trails, all those kind of things. And I don't have enough experience out here to do all those. I kind of avoided this over the years. It's pretty popular, and but today it is not. But yeah, so I'm just trying to stick to the main trail, make it to where I'm going. Maybe at a later date than when I'm not trying to go from point A to point B. I can fool around on the other stuff, but a little over a mile and a half in, and it's getting kind of tight here. Look at this. It's beautiful. Nice and green. Disregard what I said, because pretty sure I mapped out one of the side quest trails as my route. So that's fine. I think the main trail is up there behind the trees, but this is nice. This is great. I'm not mad about it. It's just funny that I just said that I wouldn't, and here I am. Yeah, let's see. I have to go to the map. Of course, I'm relying on the accuracy of the map, right? So, not even on my route. Somewhere I got lost. Okay. Ooh. I think I can get there from here. Side quest for my side quest on slippery rock. All right, here we go. All right, I need my poles. I made it. It was a little hairy, not gonna lie. I was a little embarrassed as people went by on the main trail, and I was like, I don't know. I had to go over these stumps and logs and over this giant rock. So, yeah, it didn't look like this, but it felt like that. That's what it felt like. It looked more like probably that, but it felt like that. So, all right, back on the main quest. All right, this is, if I can show the sign. This is a rock climbing area. I'm a couple miles in, but there's There's a trailhead close to here. And it goes. I am not a rock climber. This is going to be my set my pack down and retie my shoes area. But I see them out here. Their mats and stuff like that. They get after it. So, one thing I can show. One thing I can show is I got the real wide feet, so I skipped the first hole here just to make sure that the four foot was wide enough. Seems to work fine so far. Going under 360, I think. Maybe Mopac. Have to look at the map. But under the highway, crossing over. Back, let's see. Little soupy here. Ah yes, 360. Underneath 360 that way. Getting there. Getting there. About 3 3/4 miles in. All the artwork. So, about to split off the, I don't know about the main trail, but there's going to be a big branch here, and I'm going to go one way towards the house instead of the other way towards some of the more popular features of the Greenbelt. So, yeah. Still doing good. All right, here we go. The multi-use is the one I mapped out. The hiking trail goes this way, hiking only, which I like. But it's not how I mapped it, but it does look like it's going to meet up with the path I chose on the map. So we're going to try it out. See how it goes. It's Mopac. The highway and the green one is the pedestrian bridge. Oh, maybe I'm going on that. I'm not really sure. Ooh. Beautiful views. Incredible views. This is the crown jewel of Austin, the Barton Creek Greenbelt. So I'm way above the creek right now. But I was down in there. So exactly 4.5 miles in, and still going strong. Feels pretty good. I'm ready to stop for a snack, maybe. Find a good spot. But, then, well, almost halfway there, I think. So that's good. We're gonna keep on going. Spoiler alert, I was in the wrong spot. So where I told you I was up and where I had been, well, that's the bridge. Where I showed you that I used to be was where I was supposed to be. So long story short, lesson is when you come to a giant like 5-way trail intersection, that's when you look at the map, not half a mile later. So getting my steps in. So here we go. Like this. Here's a good example. Let's see. A lot of ways to go. 99% sure it's that way. But why pay for an app on Expat Country if you're not going to use it? So here we go. And back on the trail again. Ooh, found a little park bench. So perfect snack time. 4.83 miles. Why not? There you go. I got some granola that's been knocking around in this bag for a couple weeks now. So let's have this. That's my view of the creek. Just give you an idea of what's I guess what's possible here, what things are like different times of year. This is a popular swimming hole where I'm taking my little break. You can see the ladder up the tree here. And the rope swing. There's one over there too. And so this is usually not just deep enough to swim in, but deep enough for people to be comfortable doing a backflip off of a rope off of a tree. So, yeah. But you, man, what's that? That's probably, that rope's probably, I don't know, 7-8 feet from the ground there at the bottom. So, probably 12 to 15 feet when it's up, pretty high out there in the deepest part. But I have not jumped in there. I have watched others do it in the past. That is good enough for me. I'm not the daredevil I once was. So who knows? Maybe in the future. So yeah, time to get packed back on and back on the road. Now I'm going under Mopac. Loop 1, if you will. spots a bunch of little tight switchbacks here, and we're gonna be climbing up out of the creek here. I'm gonna have to cross a pretty major road and highway. It's about the only one of the few points on this trail where you got to interact with civilization, I guess. And so moving up out of the creek bottom, and then gonna jump up on the street, across a road, and then there's a little trail system kind of through this little neighborhood, and then I get back on the trail again, and it's the end of the rough stuff. It's gonna be a pretty nice little crushed granite pathway, a little bit of concrete here and there. So still several miles to go, but the home stretch, I would say. I guess technically I'm about halfway, but getting to the end of the challenging part, technical part, I should say. Whew. It's overflowing, but I got some trash I picked up on the trail. It's better to be on the ground here than where I found it. So this is the trailhead here. This is the 71-290 access road. I call it the 290 trailhead. So it's pretty. Did an amazing job with this Violet Crown trail system. I won't take the wine there. That's for somebody else. But here I have to get. I'm on the sidewalk. This decomposed granite, so I'm not on the street, but it goes right essentially the sidewalk. Then I have to cross under 290, walk through a little shopping center to get back to the trail, and go from there. This is where it splits back down. The deer's away from the road. From here on out, I'm right in the middle of everything, but at least you can't see the road once we get down in here. This is Sunset Valley. They got this like a city path. It's pretty nice. It's part of the Violet Crown Trail. And yeah, it hooks back up. It's going to take me underneath the road up a little ways. And it's a nice little trail. And then we'll just keep on going from there. So this is where the Sunset Valley Trail hooks back up with the Violet Crown Trail, aka the VCT. So it's got a little S-curve action here, 2-lane, but it turns back into this crushed granite, decompressed granite, decomposed granite. Right here, carries that off, and at the end of this, I've got another big intersection I gotta cross, and this is getting to the end of the out in nature part, but there'll be a little more right at the end as I go under a highway and through the backside of it hooks up on the backside of the park where I left my truck this morning. So I am, let's see, about 8.2 miles in, so that's about 2 miles ago. Maybe a little more than I planned with all of the backtracking, but that's just part of it, right? If you're not going to follow your map, you're going to do extra work. So fair enough. That's on me. Hey, we're getting back to the road. I'll follow the road a little bit across a major intersection. This is actually Mopac. Again, kind of weave my way under it a few times. I got to go under it one more time. And but yeah, this part hooks up to the sidewalk. I go the sidewalk a couple blocks, and then I get on a trail that goes around the shopping center, and then it loops around on the backside, picks up back up, and that's the part of the trail where it takes me to my truck. Those tacos al pastor?
Sí, al pastor,
Sí.
flour por tortilla.
Corn? Taco time. Going under Mopac again. Almost the last time. I have to go under it one more time. This part of the trail is nice because it's right in the middle of the neighborhoods. This is, I think technically we're on the back end of the park here where I'm parked at. And it's like a Greenbelt and stuff like that. But I've really done a great job of establishing like a trail network here. And, you know, that just ties a bunch of different neighborhoods and stuff together. Gives people an opportunity to enjoy all this, you know, make it somewhat walkable. Here's one of my favorite parts here. You see there, this way goes to a library branch, the Hampton branch. This goes to Dick Nichols, which is where I'm headed. But the little cut through to the library is great because by road it is not approachable on foot. It's kind of a blind corners, tight road. People go too fast, no sidewalks and guardrails. I mean, it's kind of for being like right in the middle of a neighborhood, it's kind of a treacherous little thing. So with this trail here, kids, family, whoever, you know, but kids on bikes can get from neighborhoods that are, I mean, you know, technically, you know, in some ways far from the library, but never even have to get on the road, you know, from some of them, or maybe cross, you know, one crosswalk here or there. So it's been a pretty great thing. And my wife and I, we enjoy it quite a bit. So props to the parks people for that, and the library people. Coordination. Good afternoon. All right, we did it. Exactly 11 and a half miles with the truck. Man, that was a good one though. Let me stop all the things I need to stop. But yeah. Now I'm at Dick Nichols Park here, Southwest Austin. And I feel pretty good. I'm sure my feet will be mad later on, but for now, no complaints. It's good. I could do more if I had to. Thankfully, I don't have to. But you know, it's nice to know I'm kind of on track to do the things I want to do. So that's it for today. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.